She announced her newborn's name with tears in her eyes, and everyone gasped. Because it was my baby name. Or at least, that's what she thought. I watched her proudly explain the meaning, the deep thought, the spelling choice, while my mutual friend slowly turned to look at me. I didn't say a word. Because 3 weeks earlier, I made it up. And she fell for it. There's a difference between inspiration and obsession. I learned that the hard way. Let me introduce you to her. I'll call her Madison. Madison and I had been friends for a few years. Not best friends. Not sisters. Just close enough to share brunches, holiday gifts, and pregnancy updates. We happened to get pregnant around the same time, both with our first daughters. At first, it felt sweet. Cute even. We'd joke about our future besties. We compared cravings, swapped nursery ideas, complained about swollen ankles. But slowly, I started noticing something. Every time I posted something on my story, a baby blanket, a specific brand of pacifier, a handmade wooden name sign idea, within days, Madison had the same one. Same brand. Same color. Same aesthetic. Once. Coincidence. Twice. Maybe similar taste. 10 times? That's not taste. That's copying. And it wasn't subtle. I remember opening Instagram one afternoon and seeing her nursery reveal. Soft sage green walls. White floating shelves. A rattan bassinet. The exact same moon-shaped night light I had spent weeks researching. My stomach dropped. It felt invasive. Not because I own the color green. Not because I have a monopoly on baby products. But because there were a few special things I wanted to feel unique. Personal. Carefully chosen. And every time I picked something meaningful, she mirrored it. When I casually mentioned it once, lightly, jokingly, she laughed. Oh my gosh, great minds think alike. But her smile didn't reach her eyes. And that's when I started paying attention. The name conversation. Baby names are sacred. You whisper them before they're real. You imagine calling them across a playground. You picture them on graduation announcements. They're not just letters. They're identity. Madison brought it up one afternoon while we were getting coffee. So, have you decided on a name yet? Her tone was casual. Too casual. I shrugged. We have a few ideas. Nothing locked in. Oh my gosh, tell me, she pressed. I need inspiration. Something in my chest tightened. I smiled politely. We're keeping it private for now. She laughed, but it felt forced. Why? I won't steal it, she joked. My skin prickled. I didn't laugh. That night, lying in bed, staring at the ceiling fan spinning lazily above me, I replayed that conversation over and over. Why was she so insistent? Why did I feel like I was guarding something? Why did I not trust her? And then a small, quiet idea crept into my mind. What if I tested it? The plan. Petty? Maybe. But I was tired of feeling copied. Overwritten. Studied. So I came up with a fake name. It wasn't even close to the real one we loved. Not even the same style. It was unique. A little trendy. Just believable enough. Let's say it was something like Alara. Pretty. Ethereal. Not my real choice. I told 2 of our mutual friends casually during a group hangout. We're thinking about Alara, I said with a soft smile. They squealed. That's beautiful. I made sure Madison wasn't there. But I knew it would travel. And then? I waited. The birth announcement. Madison gave birth 3 weeks before me. Our group chat lit up at 3 a.m. A photo. Hospital bracelet visible. Pink swaddle. And underneath it. Welcome to the world, Alara 2 hearts. 1 extra letter. One tiny spelling twist. My heart pounded in my ears. I stared at the screen. No way. No way. I felt this strange cocktail of emotions. Shock. Vindication. And then, laughter. Not out loud, but inside. Because she did it. She actually did it. She named her daughter the fake name. The announcement party. A week later, she hosted a small Meet the Baby gathering. I almost didn't go. But I needed to see it. The decorations were pink and gold. A custom banner hung across the living room wall. Welcome baby Alara. There it was. In cursive. Permanent. She floated around the room like a celebrity, telling everyone the story behind the name. It just felt right, she gushed. We wanted something unique but classic. I caught the eyes of one of our mutual friends across the room. Her lips pressed into a thin line to stop herself from smiling. Because she knew. Several people knew. Madison didn't. At one point, someone asked me directly, "Wait, wasn't that the name you were considering?" The room got quiet. Madison's head snapped toward me. I felt every pair of eyes land on my face. This was the moment. I smiled sweetly. "Oh no," I said lightly. "We decided it didn't feel right after all." Madison's shoulders visibly relaxed. "But it's beautiful," I added. "I'm glad someone's using it." Her expression flickered. Just slightly. Because something in my tone told her. I knew. The climax, the real reveal. 3 weeks later, I gave birth. Our daughter arrived healthy, perfect, screaming her lungs out. And when we posted her announcement, it read, "Welcome, Charlotte." Classic. Timeless. Completely different. No resemblance to Alara. My phone exploded. Messages poured in. "Wait. I thought you were naming her Alara?" I replied casually to a few. "Oh, that was just an option we floated around. We changed our minds early on." But in private, our mutual friends were less subtle. "She really thought she had your name. I can't believe she copied it. She must feel so stupid." And that's when it hit. I didn't have to confront her. I didn't have to accuse her. I didn't have to expose her publicly. Her own actions did that. Because everyone knew I'd said that name first. And everyone knew I didn't use it. Which meant she did. The fallout. Madison became distant after that. Less commenting on my posts. Less texting. Less mirroring. She redecorated parts of her nursery. Switched aesthetics. Started posting different brands. The copying stopped. Completely. And she never brought up baby names again. Not once. The most satisfying part wasn't humiliation. It wasn't watching her realize. It was the quiet shift in power. 4 months, I had felt watched. Studied. Copied. Like my ideas weren't my own anymore. But in that moment, standing in her living room, looking at that gold-lettered banner, I realized something. She wasn't copying because she admired me. She was copying because she didn't trust her own choices. And when I fed her something false, she built her daughter's identity on it. That wasn't cruelty. That was consequence. I didn't scream. I didn't expose her. I just let her make the mistake. And that? That was enough. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. It's not dramatic confrontations or public callouts. Sometimes it's letting someone reveal exactly who they are, without interference. And sometimes, the most satisfying justice is watching someone fall into the trap they set for themselves. If this story made you feel that sweet, petty satisfaction, hit that like button. Tell me in the comments, would you have done the same thing, or confronted her directly? And if you love dramatic, satisfying revenge stories like this, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Because trust me, we've got plenty more where that came from.